Yeah, so QDA, what's QDA, right? Qualitative data analysis is the process of organizing, analyzing, and interpreting qualitative data to capture themes and patterns and answer research questions. By the way, said Johnny Nico over here. This is THM Tutorials. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Right, this is the final part of Unit 10 in research methods, qualitative data analysis. So, qualitative data analysis is the process of what? Organizing, right? Now you analyze and then you interpret qualitative data. Why do you do that? You do that to capture themes and patterns, and also to answer research questions. Very good, right? So look at the diagram. Let's have a look at the diagram over here. The first step in the qualitative data analysis process is to become familiar with your data that you have collected as a researcher. The second step is to code your data into themes, right? And then from there you search for patterns and connections. The fourth is you interpret the data that you have gathered. So let us take a look at each of these things and realize what they are actually about. Thank you very much. Let's go. Now, qualitative data analysis process, right? The following are the process to follow when analyzing qualitative data, right? The first is data collection and transcription, data reduction, and that's done by that coding and or memos. Then the third is theme generation, drawing conclusions and in that same drawing conclusions, and that's where you write your analysis. So the first step, data collection and transcription. Now in qualitative research, interviews are often audio recorded, right? And this audio needs to be transcribed, that is reproduced verbatim as a word processed account. In transcribing audio recorded interviews, you will need not only to record exactly what was said and by whom, but also try to give an indication of the tone in which it was said and the participants' non-verbal communication used when they were speaking, right? Now, what this simply means is that you are doing your research, you collect your data. Now, if it's qualitative data, then you most likely derive it from what? Interviews or your surveys. You have your qualitative data, right? You know that it can either come in verbal, text, or visual. But in a situation where it comes in the verbal form, you would have to transcribe it, right? Now, when you are transcribing your data, you have to. If someone said, "I am a boy," and they raise their voice, so you don't just write subject. Maybe subject one says, "I am a boy." You have to indicate that he raised his voice, he was angry when he was saying it, he was calm. I get it. You have to capture the very essence of the person when they are speaking. Now, when transcribing, correcting any transcription errors is known as data cleaning, right? So after you transcribe your data, you also have to do what is known as data cleaning, which is correcting all the errors you made in transcription. Now, I know what you're thinking, but how can I write what someone has said and write it how they said it? Like, very well. Now let's have a look over here. So commonly use Jefferson transcription symbols, right? So yeah, you have a bunch of symbols, and this is their meaning. You have the brackets, and then with the dot inside. The meaning is what? notable pause but not a significant length, right? Honestly, I'm not going to go through all of these symbols. The slides will be available in the link below, in the comment section, so you can easily access the slides yourself and go through them if that's what you like. Yeah, so these are a whole lot of symbols and their meaning, so they are used when transcribing. Now, after you collect your data and you transcribe them, what do? You have to perform data reduction. And data reduction refers to the process of selecting, focusing, simplifying, abstracting, and transforming the data that appear in written up field notes or transcriptions. Not only do the data need to be condensed for the sake of manageability, they also have to be transformed so they can be made intelligible in terms. Now, what does data reducing mean, or what's the essence of reducing data? Now, when research is conducted, there are certain variables or constructs that the research is conducted around. And what this means is that there's going to be a lot of redundancy in your data, and your data will be talking about certain variables or certain constructs that you are using to represent your research, and in doing so your data becomes, as I said, redundant. So you have to find a way to break it down to the relevant parts, right, to the relevant part, so that you don't have unnecessary repetition. So that's where coding and memos come in, right? So we'll look at what coding and memos talk about in the next video, in the next part. Thank you very much for watching. Please